Okay, so this episode, going to get stuck back into the cabin and do a little bit more body work. So the previous episode, we started up this engine, and at the point now of this chassis is being all complete, and I really need to get this cabin finished off so I can lift it up and mount it back onto the chassis. So we've got a couple of jobs to do. So I'm going to repair this section here. So they're been repaired previously on both sides, and they've done a pretty poorly job of that. So I'm going to try and repair that properly so I don't have to use a big thick layer of body filler. This here, I've already repaired that. I've got old footage of that, of repairing that, so I'll post that up as well. I'm going to try and do something a little bit better with this shifter where that mounts to. So I might weld in some pieces just to make that a little bit more nicer. So I really do need to start thinking about what color to spray this car as well. So I think I'm gonna have to spray the firewall before I put it back onto the chassis, just because the engine's gonna be in the way once I put the cab back on. So I think it would be a good chance to spray the firewall, and also be a good test to see what sort of a finish I can get myself by spraying it myself. So it could be an absolute dog's breakfast, and then that's sort of going to decide whether I just pay someone to paint the whole rest of the car. Otherwise, yeah, if I can get a good finish myself, then I possibly might paint the whole thing myself. So I do have a few colors in mind, so we might go through some of them later on. It would be good to get your guys' opinion on the different colors that I've sort of narrowed down. So yeah, we'll jump straight into it. So moving on to this left-hand rear section, I'm just going to fill all these holes in with weld. So I've just grinded them back, so I'll fill all them holes in, and then after I fill them in, I'll cut this piece out and replace that patch. So yeah, don't really want to cut out this whole section, so I think if I just weld up all these holes, that'll be fine. Okay, so all them holes are filled in and grinded back. So there's a few little lows and dints in this piece, but nothing a bit of body filler won't fix. It's going to be better than the previous repair anyway. So I've just made up this little patch as well, just out of cardboard. So I'll trace around that on a bit of steel. And okay, so that repair is all completed now. So just put some edge primer over the top just to protect the steel for now. So yeah, it'll need some body filler, of course. So that piece is cut out and sitting in there roughly. So it's going to be a little bit harder to align this piece up, just because this section here has been dented in. As long as I butt weld this section up nicely and that's flush, if this bit here is protruding a little bit, it's not the end of the world, just because I'll fill that with body filler anyway. I'm going to have to go over the whole lot with body filler, but it's just going to be slightly thicker just in this section where they've dented that in. Can't really do anything about that. I can't get anything behind it just to pull it out, and I don't have a puller. So yeah, it's not the end of the world. It's just going to be slightly thicker there anyway. Okay, so that is tacked in, so I think that came out not too bad. So what I'll do now is just weld it in fully. So I'll tack in one area and then move to another area, give that a tack and just work my way around. I'll also just use the air blower just to cool down the material. Don't want to put too much heat and warp this panel, so just take it slowly and get this welded in. Okay, so that side is all completed. So it's not super pretty, but it's better than what was there. It was only really just to reduce the amount of body filler that was going to be needed. So it's going to need a skim over the top, obviously, but yeah, it should be a lot less than what was before. So I've just turned this around and jacked this side up. So this is the other side, so it's a little bit worse than the side that I've done. So it's going to be pretty much the same, but I'll just cut out this rectangle section and weld a new piece in. So I'll just smash this out, won't bother filming it because it's just pretty much going to be the same. So that side's all done now as well. So come out not too bad. Can still obviously see that line where it joins, but yeah, a bit of body filler will fix that. Okay, so moving on to the mount for the shifter. So these pieces here were originally just screwed into the side of the trans tunnel like so. I'll probably get rid of them and make something up a little bit more proper. So I'll get the base of the shifter done up and then I can make up a plate later on, something similar like this. I made this up ages ago and it's a bit of an overkill 4mm plate, but I'll make up the base and then later on down the track, once the seats are in, I can make up another kind of plate for this shifter to sit on. That way you can put the seats in and get the feel and position of where the shifter should go. So I've just got this cardboard here, so I'm just going to use this to make up a bit of a mock-up. So I found this cardboard's the best. I've just rated the filing cabinet, and yeah, this cardboard is awesome for patches and stuff. Okay, so I've just made up this template, so that'll just sit in there like so. So I'll just flatten that out and trace around a bit of steel and then bend that up, and then I can weld in that side and then I'll do the same on the other. Okay, so them pieces there are tacked in. I've also just made up this section here to weld in there as well. I've got some holes to fill in as well. So I'll go around and start welding that in properly, weld that piece in. I'll also probably fill in that as well, just so that when I come to mount the shifter, it's possibly going to be in a different spot anyway. So that's a pretty big hole, so I think I stuffed that up back in the day when I did drill that. So I'll fill that in and then, yeah, basically there'll be no holes in this trans tunnel anymore, apart from obviously where the shifter mounts to. Okay, so that's all welded in now. So yeah, really happy with how that's turned out. I've filled in that hole over there. That's all filled in. Made up a little plate to weld in the back here as well. So yeah, for the time being, that's all done. I'll probably drill some holes in it and nut-sert them when the time comes to mounting the shifter. But yeah, for the time being, I'll just coat that with some etch primer and yeah, that's all done for now. Okay, so pretty sure that that is the very last welding job on this cabin. So I think that's the last time this welder is going to touch this cabin for a very long time, hopefully. So just to recap, there's been a lot of work going to this cab. It's actually a really good feeling to finally have everything pretty much repaired. So yeah, we've done both the floor pans, we've done the cowl, we've done the plenum, smoothed out the firewall, inner seals, both sides underneath, have done around the window, repaired the roof, both sides, shaved the gutters, repaired that rear wall on the inside, have repaired both cab mounts, both sides, around the back, have repaired these sections, both sides, repaired in there, yeah, repaired around here. So it's just been, yeah, a lot of hours spent in this cab. So it's pretty much just now at the point of just a lot of sanding and a lot of smoothing off. So yeah, just need to work my way around, sand it back, body filler, smooth it out, sanding, and yeah, just get it all ready for another coat of epoxy primer. Okay, so before we go into different color options, if you like what I do and want to help support the channel, then head over to the Shenke Garage merch store. So this is the Shenke Garage hoodie. So it's a nice fit, really comfortable. So there's different options. There's hoodies, there's t-shirts, there's long sleeve t-shirts, mugs. So yeah, I'll put a link up in this corner to the merch store, and I'll also put a link in the show notes as well. So yeah, head over to the Shenke Garage merch store. Okay, so color for the 1 tonner. So this is something that I've been thinking about for a very long time. It's something that I want to get right because it really does impact the overall look of the car. So it's something that I want to be happy with forever, because yeah, it's obviously a big job to change a color if you're not happy with it. So I've narrowed it down to 4 different colors, and all these colors are from a company called DNA Paints. So DNA Paints make various different styles, candies, metallics, and your more traditional sort of colors as well. And a lot of them are all sort of off the shelf, pre-mixed sort of colors. So you can just buy a tin of the color, it's already mixed up. So I think that's going to be sort of the best option for what I'm trying to do. So with these 4 colors, they're all candies. I really like the candies. They're very deep, sort of vibrant colors. So I'm thinking of going the candy. So there's 2 different styles of candies that DNA Paints make. So there's your traditional style candies, and then there's your candy base coats. So I do believe that the candy base coats are a lot easier to spray and get a good finish on and give this sort of similar impact of your traditional candy. If I am going to paint this myself, then I'm probably going to lean towards that option because yeah, I'm no expert spray painter. Don't really have much experience in spraying. So I have heard that a traditional candy is very difficult to spray and to get a good finish on. So I would definitely like to go the easier option with a candy base coat if possible. So out of the candy base coats, I've narrowed it down to 2 options. Now the first option is called Yellow Vortex. So this is, yeah, it's a goldy, yellowy, very deep sort of vibrant yellow. So the car has always been yellow. I bought it, it was sprayed yellow. So it would be kind of weird to change a color from yellow. So I'm sort of more leaning towards this color. I think it's a good compromise, you know, sticking with a yellow, and I do really like that sort of goldy sort of, you know, candy sort of yellow. So yeah, I've got some pictures I've found of a VK Commodore, so you'll see them coming up on the screen. So as you can see, yeah, it looks pretty bloody awesome painted on that VK Commodore. So the next option is a completely different color. So it's called Tsunami Green. I think, yeah, this color looks really awesome. I think it would look awesome out in the sun with different angles and stuff. And I do really think that a 1 tonner looks awesome in like a very vibrant kind of in-your-face color like a green or a yellow or orange. So yeah, the second option is a Tsunami Green. So the other 2 options, so these are more of a traditional candy paint. First one is a blue steel. So blue steel, yeah, I think this is pretty cool color. I really like the kind of grey with the blue tinge in it. So yeah, blue steel is sort of my third option there. And then another option I really like is the dark ale. So this is like a goldy sort of browny ale color as such. So yeah, them 2 colors are another couple of options that I'm sort of undecided yet. So out of all them, I am leaning towards the Yellow Vortex. But I am interested to see what you guys think of them colors. So yeah, leave a comment in the comment section on what your opinions are on them colors. If anyone has painted any of these candies themselves, then yeah, reach out to me or leave a comment. I'm definitely very interested to know how easy or hard or difficult, or maybe I'm completely getting out of my depth here by choosing a candy, even if it is the candy base coat. So yeah, leave a comment in the comment section if you do have any experience spraying them. So don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button below if you do like the content that I am creating. I'll also leave a card up in this corner for the playlist for the HX1 tonner build. So if you're new to the channel, then check out that playlist. And yeah, head over to the merch store if you want to help support the channel. So yeah, we'll see you next time on Shenke Garage. Cheers.